Good morning. It's Montel's Podcast, Thursday. So just kicking it off with not random thoughts, really, but random things that happen on a drive to work for me. I'll throw out a couple of things today, and we'll see how it goes. So, a couple days ago, I'm headed to work, as I normally do. Now, mind you, I'm one of those weird people to where I don't like to do things in a routine to where I feel complacent. So I normally take different routes to work. So this particular day, I took a route, and boy, am I glad I did. So this route that I took on this particular day, I was making a right to get into one of the main roads to take me to the 375 that takes me to work. Now, mind you, this is a very busy street. And so I make the right, and I see a white vehicle. It was a Dodge Durango. And it was in the middle of the road, and the hazard lights were on. So I'm like, okay, maybe somebody needs some assistance, hopefully everybody's okay. So in my head, because the responder shit is kicking in my head, lizard brain or whatever you want to call it. So I'm like, okay, I may have to assist somebody. So as I near the vehicle, I notice that there are two figures in the vehicle, and it looks like they're shifting and moving around. Hazard lights are on, mind you, they're in the middle of the road. So I'm like, okay. So the closer I get, it actually becomes visible to me that they're in an altercation. They're literally throwing the fisticuffs. Like, they are going at it. And so in my head, and it was male and female, so I don't know if they were husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, whatever, friends, whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, you have to be one upset individual to not only park in the middle of the street, but have the cognizant awareness to put your hazards on and beat the shit out of somebody in your vehicle. And what skill these people must have possessed to fight. I mean, they were fighting. Do you hear me, listeners? Excuse me. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, who? So you're sitting in the vehicle. You have a disagreement, obviously, with this person. You feel it necessary that you're going to fight them in that vehicle at that moment. So you stop your vehicle in the middle of this very busy street, put your hazards on, and you fight. Who does that? Who does that? I don't know. Man. But yeah, like, it was hilarious. That was hilarious. And it was so funny that I wish that I could have talked to them after they finished fighting, just to figure out, like, what the hell happened? Like, what made you guys say, oh, it's on right now? Let me put this vehicle in park real quick. Hold up, wait. What? Can I put my hazards on? And then you go at it. Like, myself personally, I think that is one of the most hilarious things ever. You stop your vehicle in the middle of the street, you put your hazards on, and you beat the shit, or get the shit beat out of you, in the middle of the road. Like, in the middle of the street, in broad daylight. Mind you, 8:15 in the morning. You're getting a fresh ass whooping right after breakfast. Jesus. I don't even know if you had your coffee yet. Oh, man, that was great. That was great. Oh, man, that was great. And so another route that I take to work, which I thought this is cool. So there's are kids. So there's schools all over the place in El Paso. Schools all over the place, and there are kids. Jesus, got to work on my grammar and my English here, and articulating. But there are kids that walk. They walk to school, and there are like intersections with crosswalks and things of that nature. So there's this one kid, and I'm going to try to get this on video one of these days and put it on Instagram or something. Like, I'm not even kidding. But this guy has the most immaculate afro I've ever seen in my life. And I say that with all jealousness. Or jealousy. Is it jealousness or jealousy? I'm going to go with jealousy. But every time I take that route in the mornings during the week when school's in and I see that guy, I'm instantaneously jealous. Because had I had that afro in high school, oh man, it would have been great. It would have been great. It would have been great. It was immaculate. Perfect afro. You can tell he takes pride in his hair. And I think that consequently, when we look at things like that tells you a lot about a person. If they are that methodical when it comes to their appearance, not to say that they're vain, but it tells you something about their mental process of life, I think, in my opinion, that you're systematic about certain things. You have something up there. You have a methodology, and I hope this young man is doing well in school, because he obviously has the thought of how to do something and be persistent and consistent with it, because his hair is immaculate. Even if he goes somewhere to get it done, or his mom or his sister does it or whatever, he takes the time to ensure that it is done. And you can tell that, or I can, at least by the way it looks, that he has an exacting standard as to what he wants. Maybe that's something of what a lot of people are missing in their life. Structure. That's just something to think about. So that's just my 2 cents. Okay, last and final random thought for today. Okay, so when I PCS down here, for you civilians that don't know, it means it's a military move from one place to another, new place to work for Uncle Sam. So I got the offer to be a roommate with one of my friends, good friend of mine, known him for years, here in El Paso. And I mean, I was thinking about it for a second. I was like, maybe I want my own place, but I'm a boring guy. So having my own place would that'd probably be a good thing, because I'd be able to have more free time to take up your day with random thoughts. But anyway, I digress. So the issue is that my good friend, my roommate, has 2 gigantic fucking pit bulls. And when I say gigantic, so their names are Kodo and Zeus. Kodo weighs roughly, I'd probably say about 120 pounds. And Zeus weighs about 110 or 15 maybe. So they're pretty big dogs. So when they first met me, everything was cool, they're jumping on me and, saying hi and all this other good shit. So I'm like, cool, great. The pit bulls are fucking awesome. That's great. They're breaking against the stereotype. They're fighting a man. So I'm like, okay, awesome. But lately, Zeus, mind you, this is the smaller one. They're both male. This is the smaller one. This motherfucker is out to kill me. This motherfucker is gonna bite me in my ass when I'm not looking, and I'm just gonna have to accept that. And it's funny, and you know how like when people get comfortable around animals, they talk to them and shit. So I mean, every day when I come home, I talk to them. Yeah, hey, what's up, motherfucker? What's up, Kodo? What's up, Zeus? I do that. Like I'm that guy, right? So the first thing I do is I talk to the dogs, pet them or whatever. I let them out back in the backyard so they can go out and chill. Maybe they got to piss or whatever. They've been chilling in the house all day. So So lately when I do that, Kodo automatically, he either he comes at me with a toy or something because he knows he's going to get petted. He's going to get petted and all this other stuff and talked to and scratched behind his ears and all this other good shit. But Zeus lately, he'll look at me like why the fuck are you still here? Like, why are you still coming to our place of peace? This is my house, you know? So I'm like, Zeus, like, what's up, man? And he's like, you're up to something. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Mind you, I do realize at this current moment that I'm speaking as the dog in a human voice. I got it. To myself. I got that. But I mean, like, it's weird. I'm telling you guys, it's weird. And animals know this shit. Animals know when you're afraid of them. And animals know. I mean, they can tell, but I don't know if it's because you release a hormone or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not a scientist, all right? So I just think it is hilarious, but at the same time, it fucking terrifies me. Because one of these days, his owner's not going to be there, his person, and he's going to be like, fuck this dude. I don't know if he's having a flashback or what, but it's hilarious, but at the same time, it's fucking terrifying. I mean, like, I want to go and just buy him like a fucking fancy ass milk bone or something. I'm like, hey, bro, can we have a talk? Can we, you know, have a truce or something? Give him a tub of peanut butter or something. I don't know. So I mean, shit. I'll even take anybody's opinion on what do you think I should do in this instance here, you know? Because here we have two very huge dogs, stereotypically known to be aggressive, but they aren't. I'll tell you, these are some of the kindest dogs I've ever met in my life, and I've actually been attacked by a dog before. I was attacked by a Malamute in Wisconsin. I still have like the permanent gashes from his canines in my calf muscle. Now that I think about it, I should have sued the fuck out of that family. They were loaded. They were rich. They were very rich. Very, very wealthy. I should have sued them. Fuck. Jesus Christ, Marcus. Anyway, so yeah. So now here I am with this dilemma of what to do with this fucking dog that wants to kill me. So, I mean, maybe I need to take him out for a walk or something. I don't know, man. I'll have to fucking evaluate that shit as we go along. I don't know. So, yeah, that is kind of my little tirade for today. High performance drink. Yeah, we'll see how that works. But, yeah, so rocking a hard place, people. Vicious. I'm not going to say vicious. Why do people say that? Normally when you hear something about a pit bull, people use the word vicious. Those dogs are loving creatures, man. They just want to chill. I don't know, fight cancer. I don't know. But, yeah. So normally what I try to do, and it's funny because I went back to my first initial podcast, my initial coming out podcast, not on the gay shit, on podcast. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jesus Christ. So it's funny because like I guess I didn't process that once you do a podcast, you got to go back and listen to it. Not only to listen to the content, but to make sure you don't repeat yourself and sound like a idiot, which, I mean, I could perfectly do that with a brand new subject every day. But, yeah. So, I don't know, man. Just let me know. I don't know if you guys are enjoying this. If it's something I should continue to do, you can give me subjects. Like I said, I'll delve into it and we can talk. And I'm working... I'm working on having an actual guest for my show, for my podcast. So that'll be interesting. So you guys just let me know